Recruiting season, and we told you yesterday we got one of our favorites that was coming through on this Friday, and our guy is starting the show off with us. Top athlete in the state of Louisiana, one of the best football players in the country, has been committed to LSU for the past couple of weeks, or a little over, 6 weeks? About a month and a half. About a month and a half now. And right here out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, from University High School, our guy Keylan Moses back on the show with us this morning. This time he is committed to LSU. The recruiting is pretty much over for him, and he has turned into one of the faces of not only his classes, but really of the recruiting of the program right now for LSU. Welcome in, big fella. Good to see you, man.
Thank you.
Life has changed since the last time I saw you.
Yeah, a lot has changed.
That's right.
I'll say that. Sure.
What's it like? Is it everything calmed down from your recruiting standpoint, or is still pretty intense?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, from the last time we talked, a lot has died down, and a lot of people have just, gave up on my recruiting. So, I mean, that's good for me. Y'all don't have to worry about me flipping or anything. So, I mean, yeah. Things have definitely died down.
So right around your commitment, they decided to make the changes on the defensive staff. It was right at that time.
Yeah, it was definitely a good timing though.
Yeah. Take me back to that point. What was that like?
So I mean, it was kind of hectic. I was kind of nervous at some point because I didn't want to spill the beans or anything because I was really looking forward to letting everybody know that I was staying home. But I was actually asking questions still just to make sure because I built up a really good relationship with Coach Matt House. And, I wanted to know what I was getting myself into before I committed because I didn't want to commit and not, know who's going to be coaching me when I get there. So, I was asking questions and, they were kind of down low on it because they didn't necessarily know as well. So, I mean, I think they knew Coach Matt House was going to get fired and, some of the defensive staff, but they wanted to, make sure on a level. So, I mean, they kind of gave me hints and I kind of saw it coming, but I also didn't know who was going to be coming in. And that could have extremely affected my choice. So, well, not extremely, but somewhat affected.
Sure, absolutely. So they land on Baker, Missouri defensive coordinator, familiar with LSU.
Yeah.
I'd imagine one of the first calls he makes is to you. What was that conversation like?
So once I found out, I was extremely excited. Once I found out Coach Baker was coming back, I was like, dang, it's really a full circle moment. He was the first person to ever really give me an opportunity to play college football, him and Coach Ogeron, of course. And when I was there in 8th grade, it was crazy because, I mean, I was going against guys like Trevor Etienne, Trey Holly, Ruben Owens, and, those guys are seniors at the time, juniors and seniors. And, of course, they're 5-stars, so, of course I didn't know anything about that. I was just out there, doing what I had to do. And, I mean, of course I look like those guys, but I'm also in 8th grade.
13.
So, there was this one time I asked Coach Baker, could I go work with some kids in my grade? And he was like, nah. Nah.
For what?
Yeah, for what reason? He was like, promise you it's gonna work out in the end. And eventually it did. I ended up getting that offer later that day, after the camp. And, it was crazy. It was really shocking. I didn't necessarily know about anything back then, but I knew LSU wanted me to come play for them. So it was a really nice experience. And knowing that he's back really meant a lot to me because you're the first guy to ever see something in me, and now I get to play for you. Yeah. So that means a lot to me.
That is cool, man. Tell me, take me to that space. You're in 8th grade. You don't know what you're looking at, right? You get an LSU offer. You don't even know what you're about to get into.
Yeah.
Now that part of it's kind of over. What'd you learn through that process?
One of the major things I learned was to definitely not go to a school or fall in love with a school because of a coach, and actually learn about the culture of the school and the people and the environment. Going to schools like Texas A&M and let's say Texas and Florida and Oregon, those are really, really good places and really, really good schools. But, I mean, we're talking about the SEC, the Big Ten, the Pac-12. Coaches change schools like you would change your underwear, So, you don't want to fall in love with that. And that's something I got myself caught into. early on. My mom was a big part of that, you know, because she'd been through it with my older brother.
Sure.
So I mean, she knows that, and you know, of course, I didn't know anything about it. So when it did happen with one of the schools I was looking forward to going to, I was kind of hurt by it. You know, I was like, dang, like he's gone now. So, you know, that's one thing I really learned. Another thing I really learned was to be humble, because I mean, it could easily be taken away. As much as it's given to you, or as much as you earned it, it could easily be taken away. So be humble and just, you know, thank God for everything. Because I mean, yeah, he's given you all these blessings and stuff, but like at the same time, he could take it all away from you. So I mean, that's one thing, was to be humble with it. And also, one thing my older brother told me was to have fun with it, because if he could come back and do it all over again, he wouldn't make it as much as a job as he did before. You know, being the #1 recruit since 8th grade to junior year, and, you know, having to maintain some type of look for the media. I mean, the media wasn't as big as it is now, but I mean, you know, maintain a sort of look so he won't get judged on, he's too immature for this, or he can't handle this. Like, he had to really look at it as a job. And at some point, he didn't like it anymore. He didn't like all the light in his face and all that. Because, I mean, I'm not going to lie, Dylan was a pretty introverted person. Yeah. See, now, if it was me, I would have took full advantage of that. Right. But, I mean, he didn't necessarily like it. So, I mean, I kind of understand that. So, one thing I learned from him was to just have fun with it. Yeah. So, you know, 8th grade, from here on, I learned a lot. And, you know, I took my knowledge and, you know, gave it upon my teammates and my friends. And now some of them are getting D1 scholarships and, you know, getting D1 looks. And, you know, I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful I could be, you know, an ambassador towards them. Did you plan to be this guy for whatever school you committed to? I mean, now that you're committed to LSU, it's awesome. But you're like this magnet for people. I mean, did I see, was it DJ Pickett that was down? And like, you're just like, you know, like you and him are.
He's on the official visit.
So basically with that, I'm not going to lie. Growing up, I didn't even want to play football. All I really wanted to do was just sit in the house and, you know, play video games, be a normal kid. But, you know, watching my older brother, you know, succeed and do all the stuff he did, you know, was pretty cool. I wanted to be just like him in some type of way or form. So I was like, dang, I want to be just like this dude. Like, I really grew up wanting to be like him. So, you know, watching him, and he really practically got me into football. So, you know, watching him and wanting to be like him, I wasn't necessarily good. I was actually pretty chunky too. So, like, you know, I played D-line and no-line. So I didn't necessarily – I mean, I had fun, but it wasn't that much fun snapping the ball to the quarterback in Little League. So it wasn't that fun. So I was like – yeah, I might just quit this. I don't like it. So, you know, once I really started to get, you know, I started to slim down and get good, I wanted to, I realized, I mean, I'm kind of good at this. So it started to get fun. So once I started to really have fun with the game and started to get really athletic, you know, I started playing football for real and found, like, knew I was going to have a future in this. Like, I wanted to do this. So let's go to LSU. I mean, I committed to LSU, and let's say, well, I mean, I did go to Coach Frank before I did, and that was one of the major reasons I committed. In October 25th, I went up there to have a meeting with Coach Frank and Coach Bryant. Well, basically Coach Frank and Coach Joe Sloan and Brian Kelly, all those guys. But I met with Coach Frank, and we talked about one of the major questions I asked him was, why do you guys want me so bad? And, of course, what I'm doing right now is basically why they wanted me so bad. They said I could be a leader. The way I lead, I mean, I've basically been a leader since, you know, I've grown up. I've always had the leader role, you know, whether it's Little League, basketball, football, soccer, I've always been the leader. And, you know, sometimes I look at it like as, dang, like, I didn't really look at it like that before, but, like, now that I really look at it, like, in everything I did, I was always the leader. You know, I never chose the role chose me. So I'm like,
that's usually what happens to leaders.
Yeah, so I'm like, why do I have to be the leader all the time? You know, so like, I was just always looking back at that and trying to figure out the question as to why. And, you know, everybody says I'm a pretty bright kid, and, you know, like you said, I'm a magnet. You know, people want to be around me, people want to work around me, like I'm just good to be around, and I'm fit for that leader role. So that's basically what he praised upon me. And another thing is, I mean, he knows my situation. So, I mean, he's basically been there since I've been growing up.
Yeah.
So he knows I'm a family-oriented guy, and I wouldn't want to leave my little brother behind and my mom behind, because with Dylan's situation, he went to Alabama. And, I mean, I wouldn't say he left us behind, but, like, it was kind of hard, you know, for him leaving, especially for him leaving in high school when he went to IMG.
Yeah.
That was pretty hard for me and my little brother because, I mean, that's our older brother, so we're not going to see him as much, you know. So him going to Alabama was especially hard because, I mean, you're missing out on, you know, not only my recruitment, but, you know, my middle school games and Emmanuel, like just us growing up in general.
Yeah.
So, you know, I want to be there for my little brother and his recruitment process, and, you know, be there for whenever he needs help in any way. Yeah. So, you know, that was a major part of it. And he explained that to me, like, you could do that here and we could take care of you. And, you know, you're not going to find anything else better than, you know, home. Yeah. You know, home is always, you know, the comfort spot. And you will never be more comfortable anywhere else than here. And, you know, he said some other stuff, and, you know, we had a talk for, like, you know, I'd say 45 minutes to an hour. And, you know, right then and there, I said I committed. I mean, that day I committed, October 25th. And I had to keep it a secret for, like, a month, which was pretty hard.
Wow.
But, yeah.
How do high school kids keep a secret that long? Who did you tell?
My mom and, I mean, my family, of course. And I'm trying to think of anybody else I told. I mean, some of the staff knew. That's pretty much it. So
because you tried to like the week before. Remember, he was like,
"Yeah, just shock the world."
Yeah, he was like,
"Yeah, I mean,
what's going on with Keylan, bro?"
I was trying to.
Everybody at LSU tells me he's a lock.
Yeah, so I was just trying to, you know.
Yeah. Troll. Y'all look this way while I run that way.
Troll a little bit because, you know, a lot of people knew from the jump that I was going to be a Tiger. You know, I wanted to be at least some sort of surprise. You know, but I'm not going to lie. It was really close. It really was. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. It was between Florida, Oregon, and Texas. And, of course, with Florida, their whole coaching staff, you know, my cousin Corey Raymond is here now, so that kind of works out. But Coach Jay Bateman, my bad. Jay Bateman, he's a real good guy. He's a real good coach too, and I loved being around him in Florida. Like, he made it fun, and he was just a real cool guy. You know, the whole defense staff is basically from Louisiana. Yeah. So, like, that's basically a home away from home. So that's why I was up there so many times, because, like, yeah, I have Baton Rouge, but Florida's basically Baton Rouge too. I mean, those guys came from ULL, so I mean, that was pretty cool. And with Oregon, my guy Tosh and AP and Coach Brian, I mean, those guys are genuine. And, you know, seeing something I never seen before, which was a mountain in Oregon, and, you know, the scenery is really crazy. You know, it's something I never seen before, and it was really different. They praised, you know, the different, just, you know, being different, you know, coming out of Baton Rouge, just going up there and, you know, actually listened to it. You know, it was pretty cool. So, you know, I look forward to it, of course, and it was pretty cool to a certain extent. But I had fun up there. You know, Texas A&M and Texas, I mean, they're just big schools. So,
How much did Bo Davis recruit you from Texas?
Actually, he didn't recruit me. It was the linebackers coach. I can't pronounce his name. Yeah. But, he didn't actually recruit me. I actually didn't talk to him at all. So, I mean, I only went up there like once or twice, though.
Really?
So
y'all's class, Key, I mean, LSU's brought some really good classes through here. You know, I mean, I think about, like, the family with Jarvis and Odell and Lyle Collins.
Oh, you talking about the fam. Yeah.
The fam, and then, like, you know, like Leonard and Jamal and that crew came through here. I mean, even like Tyron and Eric Reed and that crew. Y'all's class, at least on paper, right now, with you, DK Moore, Underwood, Harlan Berry, I mean, even the Devin Harper last week. I mean, what is the potential? What's the ceiling of what you guys could bring in?
Ain't no ceiling. Like, me personally, I'm trying to make history, you know. A lot of people are saying, like, I'm the best recruiter. I'm even better than Frank, which is crazy. Like, ain't nobody better than Frank. Right. But, I mean, I just spill my love for the school and, you know, the university and the city. Like, I love Baton Rouge. I love being here. and I love having the city on my back. You know, having the thought of having the city on my back when I'm out there playing, like, ain't nothing like it. You know, getting a sack and hearing the crowd roar, like you never felt something like a literal earthquake during a game. Like you won't get that anywhere else but here. You know, playing in Death Valley and actually playing for the team instead of against the team, like, it's different, you know, and actually being here, you know, these people, you know, that Southern hospitality, these people are for you, you know. So, yeah, it's a business, but, like, when you come here, it's a family. Mm-hmm. You know, I posted some on my Twitter a couple weeks ago. It's not just a team I'm building here. It's a brotherhood, you know. Like, I text these guys, almost once a week. So it's a brotherhood for sure. I'm trying to maintain these relationships and these conversations to make sure, like, we're here together. Like, we're gonna play together. Like, none of that flipping stuff is going on. Like, if you do, that's on you. Good luck on Saturdays when you come here. But I'm gonna take that personal, of course, and you're gonna feel it. So good luck with that. So yeah. But the thing is, I kind of like I said, I spill my pride for LSU, and you know, you're gonna feel it when I talk. You know, you're gonna feel that little shiver down your spine, like it's actually something good here and something good we're cooking up. So, like I said, just tune in because we're trying to make history with the best class ever in LSU history.
How does recruiting work for someone like you? Like, that you're nationally guy, but you're committed and you got a year left of high school. What is it like? What is recruiting like for you now?
Of course, I play 7-on-7, so I use that as a huge key because, there's top guys that we're looking at that do play 7-on-7. So one thing I want to do is I want to see this dude in person. You know, I want to see his body language, and, you know, I want to see, if he's really the player that we need. You know, these coaches are saying, oh, we need him, we want him, but you're not going to really fully know you need a guy or want a guy until you see him in person and how he acts outside of, you know, the recruiting part. So I use 7-on-7 as an advantage to me in general because, like, I want to see how this guy is. Like, is he a dog? Is he the dog we need for this class? So, you know, I use 7-on-7 as a handyman. And, you know, I'll go out and text these guys and tell them, like, you know, come down for, like, a spring game or, like, the Bayou Bash the other week. You know, we had a lot of guys come out, and I basically use that as my advantage. And, you know, I also use, like, my love for the game and for this team to my advantage, too, because I could talk this team up like nothing. Like, I grew up watching this team, and I know these coaches like the back of my hand. So, I wouldn't lie to you. Why would I want you here if you're not good or if you're not worthy? Like, I'm going to be real. And then also, I'm not a coach. I'm committed here. Right. So, like, I'm going to tell you the real. Like, I'm not getting paid for this.
Right.
So, like, I'm going to just tell you the truth. Yeah. Like, ain't no reason to lie. Like, if there's something bad going on, I'll tell you. There's nothing to hide. Like, I'm going to just be real. Like, and that's what these players take from me. Like, I'm not getting paid for this, so I'm not, like, you know, getting paid to tell, like,
sure. Not on the payroll.
Yeah, like, I'm not getting paid to, you know, up the team on anything. Like, I'm just telling my full love and truth for this team and the potential we have. Like, we have a lot of dogs in this class, and, like, I can't wait to be there because the practices are going to be hectic. Like, I told, like, before I committed, I said, whenever and wherever I commit, I'm going to have the dogs behind me. Like, this is going to be the best team we ever have wherever I commit. Because, like I said, I want nothing but dogs behind me or around me. Because, like, I want it to be competitive. I want our team to be the best team we ever faced. Because if that's the case, you won't face nobody better than yourselves. Like, you're ready for all of that. You'll, like, let's say you have scrubs on your team. You're not facing anybody. You're just practicing against nobody. Right. If you practice against the best of the best, who's the best of the best anywhere else but here?
No, it goes to those, you know, the practice field stories of the Stingley versus Chase.
Yeah, like, you have
Odell versus those guys that were on that. It was.
Yeah, so, and look at those guys now. Like I said, we're all trying to achieve the same goal. So, like, why not do it together and, make the best team, like an all-star team. So, it kind of works out in my favor. But, recruiting goes a long way. And like I said, I have no reason to lie to you. Like, this is just the real. Like, if you come here, you're going to definitely excel and you're going to be a dog for sure. So.
All right, I know you got to get out of here, got to get to school, and everything's going on this weekend.
Yeah.
We appreciate you being here, but
Pretty
real
meetings
quick,
this morning.
real quick, you mentioned having dogs around you.
Yeah.
You are obviously the face of U High football right now.
Yeah.
Everybody looks at you and recognizes Keylan Moses. But Lamar Brown seems like he's bringing some attention to the program too.
Oh,
He
yeah.
looks like a top 5 player in the next cycle. What's he like? And I know you're recruiting him.
Oh, yeah. Like, I would say he's a lock. But I mean, we got 2 more years, so anything could happen, like anything. But I mean, I'm down the street for as long as he's there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm a forever recruit. Like, whenever he's up there for the official visit, I'm automatically the person you should put with him, because like I'm gonna tell him the real. Like, I went to school with this dude. So, but talking about Lamar, I mean, it's a different breed. Like, when I say dog, he's the nastiest dog I've seen. Like, seeing him on the field. It's crazy. Like, yeah, he nice in person and all. Like, he just like me. Like, I'm nice outside of football. I'm a cool person. But once I step in between those lines, like, I'm not Keylan anymore. Like, I'm not cool with you. I'm not your friend. Like, I'm trying to end you for real. And if you seen what he did on that field, like, he is not nice. He is not a nice person. Now, of course, the practices between me and him are, pretty hectic and definitely competitive. And I definitely make him better, because I mean, he even locked up my best move I had on him. So I mean, that just shows he's getting better as a person and as a player. So there's no ceiling for him as well. Like, he's definitely gonna be, if not top 5, number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can tell.
He's definitely
So are you going to wear number 10 before you wear number 7?
Nah. This year I'm gonna switch my number to number 4.
Oh.
Well, actually.
That's breaking news. Mama, she almost coughed up something over there.
Actually, you might have just gave me the idea. I might just wear 7 this year.
Oh.
Who knows?
Okay.
Now that I think about it, like, that would be cool. So you just gave me an idea.
Breaking news on breaking news.
You just gave me an idea, baby. I mean, I might have an option. So
I think if whoever is wearing 7 would probably give it up pretty quick.
Yeah, whoever's wearing 7 is like, damn, I just lost my number.
So, yeah.
Have a great senior year, bro.
Thank you.
Congratulations on everything, man. You deserve everything that's coming your way. I cannot wait to watch you in purple and gold.
I really appreciate it.
You got it,
I can't wait to be there. So.
Congratulations, Mama. Good to see you, Mr. Mika. Man's out in the lobby, and I'm sure he'll be the next one.
Next 7.
Yes, he looks it for sure. We'll be back.